This is part of the Independence House right here, guys. You see, that's the part of the house. See that, guys? That's the Penn. That's the Penn Independence Hall. That's Bonnet Park, California. You see that? That's the tower right here, guys. That's cut street from Knott's Berry Farm. Now we're heading to the Independence Hall now. We're heading to the Independence Hall. We're heading it. That's the entrance, guys. See these guys? American flag. See. See, guys. The Independence also here. You see this? There's a Liberty Bell over here.
You are looking at an exact replica of the Liberty Bell. This bell is a symbol of law, a symbol of justice, a symbol of the sovereign rights of the people. This bell has played a greater role in history than any other bell in the world. Cracked and mute, resting silently here in Independence Hall, it has been heard in the hearts of freedom-loving people throughout the world. Its effect as an emblem of liberty is magnetic, drawing those who seek their human birthright hopefully toward fulfillment. But like the freedom it represents, the bell itself experienced many troubles and survived many problems. Each difficulty made it more enduring as a symbol. The bell was cast to commemorate the 50th anniversary of William Penn's Charter of Privileges, a charter which ensured freedom for the citizens of Pennsylvania. That was the reason for the prophetic Old Testament inscription, proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. The first bell was made by Thomas Lister of Whitechapel, London in 1752, but But the very first time it rang after arriving in Philadelphia, it cracked. The 2,000-pound bell was recast twice. The second time, we added American power by Charles Stowe and John Pass of Philadelphia. They did their job well, for Philadelphia rejoiced when their bell was finally hung in place in the Pennsylvania State House, the building we know as Independence Hall. It rang out to announce occasions of joy and sorrow, or to summon citizens to the public square to hear news. It spoke for the people and to the people. Its mighty tones became a voice that truly proclaimed liberty throughout all the land, unto all the inhabitants thereof. The bell summoned the convention of the Philadelphia Assembly. It later bade Godspeed to Benjamin Franklin as he left for England in 1757 with a petition of grievances from the colonists. It rang muffled in 1765 as the Royal Charlotte with a protecting man-of-war came up the Delaware River bearing hated tax stamps. When the English Parliament forbade the colonists to manufacture iron, woolen goods, or hats, it rang forth a national rage. The bell rang muffled again when the British closed the port of Boston. But 9 months later it rang again, this time to announce how the Redcoats had been routed at Lexington. It rang out loud and clear to announce the signing of the Declaration of Independence, for now indeed the great bronze bell was truly proclaiming liberty. Later, it rang in grief for the death of George Washington. It announced the election of Thomas Jefferson. Again in her stones, it sounded in mourning for Hamilton and Lafayette. On July 4th, 1826, it came forth the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. On July 8th, 1835, it was rung in memoriam as the body of John Marshall, the nation's fourth Chief Justice, was being taken from Philadelphia to Washington. The bell tolled out, stirring men's hearts and souls, and suddenly it cracked, never to peal out its wonderful messages again. Though the Liberty Bell is not a person, it is indeed a national hero that was born in our greatest hour, lived through our glorious youth, retreated, advanced, sang, shouted, fought, and fell in line of duty. The Liberty Bell is a national saying, great like Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, yet plain like any of us. It is the only bell in the world in whose presence any man, regardless of race, creed, political belief, or wealth, will solemnly take off his hat and feel as well as show true respect. The Liberty Bell reminds each of us of our rights and privileges, but also of our duties and responsibilities as free men. To each of us, it suggests a rededication to the principles under which this country was founded. The Liberty Bell will continue to ring as long as men dream and hope. The Liberty Bell rings still. Rings in our hearts of men.
Gentlemen, is it not far better to live under the redcoats than to risk total devastation of these colonies in unlimited warfare?
Mr. Chair,
The chair recognizes Mr. George Ross, Pennsylvania.
the British and their sympathizers here in our land charge that this Congress is only a minority representation. And in a sense, that is true. For by our own estimation, 1/3 of the inhabitants of this country are still loyal to the King of England. Another third are indifferent to freedom struggle altogether. That only leaves about 1/3 who are dedicated patriots. Many of these patriots are now under arms on the field of battle. What of them? It is they who are willing to make a reality of the rights we argue for, make them real by writing their sentiments often enough in pools of their own blood. We owe them something more for their lives than a negotiated stalemate.
But gentlemen, I maintain that if we adopt this declaration, the British will lay waste to all our towns from sheer vengeance.
Sir, I wish your sentiments for independence were as strong as your snuff.
Gentlemen, the acts of the Crown are unquestionably wrong and should be resisted to the hilt. Nonetheless, we simply must continue our attempts to negotiate for a peaceful settlement to this conflict. This Declaration of Independence is going too far. Far too far.
Yes, I agree. Peace, sweet, reasonable peace has ever been our dearest object.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Adams.
Our towns are built of wood and brick. If they are burned down, we can rebuild them. But if we ever allow our liberty to be lost, it will be gone forever.
Gentlemen, Dr. Franklin has something to say. The chair recognizes Dr. Benjamin Franklin.
Is there indeed any wisdom in going further in our negotiations for peace with our enemy? There is a little French fable that reveals the truth of this matter far better than any of my words. It seems that one fine day, a farmer assembles the tenants of his barnyard and with sweet solemnity says, "Dear animals, I have assembled you here to advise me with what sauce I shall cook you." "Cluck, cluck, cluck," exclaims an insurrectionary chicken. "We don't want to be eaten at all." To which the urbane chairman replies, "My child, you wander from the point."
Well, gentlemen, it seems that the debate on independence can go on forever. Therefore, I will appoint a committee of 5 to draft a declaration and submit it to this Congress for approval. Mr. John Adams of Massachusetts, Mr. Roger Sherman of Connecticut, Mr. Robert Livingston of New York, Dr. Franklin of Pennsylvania, and Mr. Thomas Jefferson of Virginia. This Congress will stand adjourned until recalled by word of Secretary Thompson.
Consider carefully, gentlemen, very carefully, for this Declaration of Independence burns all bridges. It takes us across the deadline.
Exactly. None of us can ever return on the old road, except with a rope around our neck.
We've allowed ourselves to consider, for as we know, if this declaration is adopted, it will be considered the ultimate act of high treason against the crown.
The fate of our wives and children will be equally at stake.
Gentlemen, Mr. Jefferson's completed draft of the Declaration of Independence is before you. We must now commence the vote. Mr. Thompson, you will call the roll and record the votes.
If Delaware says yes, we will go along. Only if New York agrees will we consent.
Well, if the majority seems to think it wise, we will concur also.
As you know, defer it. There will be a better time.
The idea is good, but the time may be premature. I say we must have more time to consider so serious a change. More attempts at negotiation.
Order, gentlemen. The chair recognizes Mr. John Adams.
Sink or swim, live or die, survive or perish. I give my hand and my heart to this vote. It is true, indeed, that in the beginning we aimed not at independence, but there is a divinity which shapes our ends. Why should we defer this declaration? Is any man so weak as now to hope for reconciliation with England? You and I indeed may rule it. We may not live to the time when this declaration shall be made good. We may die colonists, die slaves. Be it so. If it be the pleasure of heaven that my country shall require the poor offering of my life, this victim shall be ready. But while I do live, let me have a country, and in that a free country. Whatever may be our fate, be assured that this declaration will stand. It may cost treasure, and it may cost blood, but it will stand. Through the thick gloom of present, I see the brightness of the future as the sun in heaven. We shall make this a glorious and immortal day. When we are in our graves, our children will honor it. They will celebrate it with thanksgiving, with festivities, with bonfires and illuminations. On its annual return, they will shed tears, not of subjection and slavery, not of agony and distress, but of gratitude and joy. Sirs, before God, I believe the hour has come. My judgment approves this measure, and my whole heart is in it. All that I am, all that I am, and all that I hope in this life, I am now here, ready to say. And I leave off as I began, that live or die, survive or perish. I am for this declaration. It is my living sentiment. By the blessing of God, it shall be my dying sentiment. Independence now. Independence forever.
Thank you for your sentiments, Mr. Adams. Your words are timely and well chosen. Gentlemen, the time has come to avow our belief in the future of this country and cast our votes on this declaration. Be advised that we must be unanimous. We must hang together on this issue.
Most assuredly, we will all hang separately.
Mr. Thompson, proceed with the roll call, if you please.
New Hampshire,
New Hampshire, vote aye.
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts, vote aye.
Rhode Island,
Rhode Island, vote aye.
Connecticut,
Connecticut, vote aye.
New York,
New York, abstain.
New Jersey,
New Jersey says aye.
Pennsylvania,
Disagree.
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania votes aye.
Delaware,
Delaware votes aye.
Virginia,
Virginia proudly says aye.
Maryland,
Maryland votes aye.
North Carolina,
North Carolina
pledged for its support our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
The mighty revolution has been gloriously completed in this land, so that millions yet to be born may live in freedom.
I wonder if future generations will remember what this declaration has cost this generation in treasure, sacrifice, and love.
If I had ever thought for a moment that they would forget, I would rue to my dying day ever having played a part in this work.
Today, a new constellation glows brightly in the heavens. A new nation has been born. We will, with God's help, continue to cherish, preserve, and indeed protect it with our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
I wonder if future generations will do the same. I wonder if they will be able to keep this new nation.